Today's video is going to be on how to plastic weld and fix something broken, like a center console. If you broke your door or your latch, it goes on your center console, or if you broke your whole center console, removing it from an old car from a poor part, you need to repair it because it's hard to find part. Lots of reasons why you need to know a skill. I'm going to be showing you. I got a broken center console here. It's for a Fox body, so yeah, it's a Ford console. Fords do break, and it's broken pretty bad. And I'm doing this for a thumbnail too. And yeah, I need to set it down before I break it more. But I'm going to be showing you exactly how we can repair this center console. And then in an upcoming video, I'll show you how to paint your center console. Something to look forward to. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Now, let's just get into the repair. And I'll tell you everything you need to know and get this intro over with. So this is the center console. You can't actually tell it's broke when it's sitting like this unless you get a close-up view and you can see it's pretty well broken. Now, as I said before, if you got a lid, sometimes they break right around this area. You can repair them the same way too. Now, it saves you money, saves you time from sourcing one out, and you can make it look very professional if you take extremely your time. Well, take your time extremely, you know what I'm trying to say. If you take your time, you can make it look brand new, especially if you are going to paint it. And we are going to paint this one, and this is broke on such a low spot you never will see it anyway between the seats. But you get a helpful how-to video. The first thing you will need, and probably the only thing unless you got a big broken spot, is a soldering iron. I got this in cheap at Walmart. You can see it's got plastic on it. I plastic weld with it quite often. You got different tips for it, and you know, the more you get into plastic welding, the more, you know, the different tips helps out. You get flat tips. You can even get tips for these that's got a little iron shape to them. It does real good at heating stuff. Now, once you get very big into plastic welding, they actually make staples and everything you can melt into the plastic. Gives it extra strength. We won't be going in detail on that today. This is just a simple go to Walmart, buy the cheapest soldering iron you can get, and fix your console type of repair. So you need to set this somewhere it won't get hot or melt anything. Some of the other soldering iron, okay, set right there, stay. Some of the other ones come with stands. You can use an ashtray or anything like that that won't melt due to heat, and just set it in that so it don't melt away. If you plug it in, and this part right here, metal part, it can melt or burn you, so you gotta be careful. Safety first, folks. So you can see the repair much better than the damage. You can see the epoxy somebody once upon a time was super glue that tried to fix this. Now, you want this kind of level, and if you can, hold it as flush as you can with the broken repair. You can see ours goes together pretty straightforward, and if you ain't careful, you can bind the plastic, and that puts more stress on it too. So we're just going to fit this in here. We're going to take a soldering iron. If you can see a smoke coming off this, it's very hot, and we're just going to melt this while pushing into itself. And you want to do this in a well ventilated area, because some plastics, you know, can be toxic, and fumes, any kind of fumes actually is bad for you, even though if they say they ain't. Do it in a good ventilated area, and what we're doing is just melting the plastic back into itself. We're not moving too fast or putting too much pressure down. And if you pretty well got a big enough place, you can use a zip tie, a piece of paint cup, you know, cap from a paint can, anything plastic to fill the indentation with. Now, also taking your time and using different tips, you can smooth this out pretty good. And that's what I'm going to be doing right here. So when we paint it, it won't be too noticeable. You can actually sand it too, if you wanted to. We are not going to go into that much detail with this repair. What's super low to the, super low. You won't never notice it. If it's been somewhere up towards here or here, I probably would have did that, primed the whole thing, sanded it. That's another video when we get something that's damaged that bad. And you want to let it cool ever so often, because you can melt too much, and the plastic is very soft when it gets extremely warm, and if you got the plastic too warm, it can just melt and sag. So give it a few seconds ever so often to cool off, and just keep smoothing it out. And as I said before, you want to just work the plastic over onto itself. Sometimes you have to let it cool off and then go back into it once it gets so hot. Now you want to let it cool before you move this, because if you move it while it's still hot, it can actually make it break again and come loose, because the plastic, when it's hot, it kind of melted and it's gooey, so it don't hold very good. Now once I got the outside of this done, I'm going to go on the inside and plastic weld it too. So now I'm going to plastic weld the back side of it. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's still a little bit right through here on the back side that didn't melt all the way through. Now if you have a little bitty staples, you could actually use this soldering iron, mash down on it, and you could melt them staples in here. It makes this a whole lot stronger. But instead, what I'm going to do, since I ain't got staples at the moment, is just melt the back side the same way we did the front. We just don't have to be as gentle with this and make it look as nice. Now I'm going to let this cool off. So that's how simple it is to do the repair. Now some repairs will require you to maybe buy a pack of staples and just hold it on, melt it into the plastic to bridge it and make it a lot stronger. But if you're gentle and your repair is in a certain area, and sometimes if you do good the very first try, you get a strong repair, just like we got here. It's not the prettiest, and as I said before, you can actually spend more time with it, smoothing it out, adding more plastic. You can actually sand this too and smooth it down. There's plenty of videos on that. This repair is pretty down low against the seat. We're going to be painting this center console. It ain't never going to be seen. I ain't a bit worried about it. I ain't going to spend that much time on it. So if you found this video useful, let me know in the comment section. I appreciate it if you do. I like to know if it saved maybe a hard to find part, or saved you some money and stuff like that. Now I do videos like this all the time on my channel. You can check it out if you ain't already subscribed. I appreciate the support if you hit that subscribe button. I got more videos on plastic welding and repairing tons of parts, painting, and every now and again some gaming videos. Just I try to be as helpful as I can, as much as I can, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.